Minnesota Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament. They are about to set to introduce the non-starters for New Prague, and we'll turn it over to the public address announcer as we meet the players for this morning's first game featuring the New Prague Orioles and the Bemidji Blue Ox.
Number 17, Zach Sherrick. Number 23, TJ Berglund. Number 28, Adam Schmitz. Number 38, Nathan Scrolls. Draftees are number 1, Ben Morrison from Prior Lake Mudcats. Number 24, Nate Pika, Vesely Warriors. Here is your starting lineup for the Orioles. From New Prague, leading it off in the right field, number 10, Eric Wagner. At third base, number 14, Patty Timmer. Doing the pitching, number 19, Bryce Novak. At first base, number 4, James Furness. In center field, number 21, Nathan Osborne. Designated hitters, number 7, Spencer Kyer. At second base, number 11, Jake Motter. In left field, number 22, Colin Dorzinski. At shortstop, number 1, Jake Deutsch. And doing the catching is number 27, Anthony Motter. Your manager is Nick Schonecker. The New Prague Orioles. Here is your lineup and reserves for the Bemidji Blue Ox. Reserves number 26, Turner Storm. Number 11, Brady Rutledge. Number 20, Brendan Gillies. Number 12, Cody Jenkins. Draftees, number 14, Bryce Burros Dilworth. Number 25, Grant Hartman, Deep River Falls. Here is your starting lineup for the Bemidji Blue Ox. Leading it off at short, number 5, Mitch Hendricks. At second base, number 4, Connor McNollan. In center field, number 13, Cody Rutledge. In right field, number 33, Otto Grimm. Designated hitter is number 2, Ben Tola. In left field, number 18, Colin Rutledge. Doing the catching is number 1, Caleb Manaki. At first base, number 31, Basil Zolke. At third base, number 9, Hunter Olson. And doing the pitching, draftee from Dilworth, number 28, Andrew Pugliano. The manager is Jeff Rutledge, your Bemidji Blue Ox. Please welcome Chris Hendren, class of 2001 in Waconia. Chris currently resides in North Carolina and flew in last night.
All right, we are set after getting the starting lineup, so we'll get you caught up on those. But at this time, we will have the playing of our national anthem by 2001 graduate from Waconia High School, who will serenade us with the national anthem and his trumpet.
Military service, we applaud you. Thank you for your sacrifice and service. Now, if you please rise as you are able. As we face the post 150 flag in right field for the playing of our national anthem.
right, great way to get us going this morning here as the public address announcer, as you heard, just gave the call to Let's Play Ball. It'll be New Prague, the Orioles, taking on the Blue Ox from Bemidji. So a little bit of north and south action here today in this opening game of the state tournament. We tried to get it underway last night, but the thunderclouds had something to say about that, and the first game was rained out. And we will play that game at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, because we only got 4 batters in that one. But as the Bemidji Blue Ox take the mound for this game number 1, we'll be back to Waconia with your starting lineups after this quick timeout from PrepSpotlight.tv.
Amateur baseball is one of Minnesota's great sporting traditions. The state tournament brings together hundreds of communities in late summer at great ballparks all around the state. Coverage of every game can be found on PrepSpotlight.tv. PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of today's state tournament game is made possible by the Minnesota Baseball Association, and also with help from the Minnesota Twins. Celebrate Townball with the Twins on September 11th. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball for details. Now let's get to the ballpark.
All right, back here at Lions Field in Waconia as our starting pitcher for the Bemidji Blue Ox, Andrew Pugliano, takes his warm-up pitches. Interesting that in the opening game of the state tournament, Bemidji chooses to go with one of their drafted players. They drafted Pugliano from the Dilworth Rail Dogs. Pugliano plays his college ball at Northern State. High school team is Dilworth in the Bemidji area. And he will open things up for the New Prague Orioles against the right fielder Eric Wagner. So it'll be Eric Wagner, the right fielder. Patty Timmer, third baseman, bats second. Bryce Novak, pitcher, bats third. And our first pitch just misses inside to Wagner. So 1 ball and no strikes from Pugliano. James Furness will play first base, bat fourth for New Prague, and there's a called strike, so even the count up at 1-1. Nathan Osborne bats fifth. He's the center fielder. Spencer Cager plays second base. Pugliano runs one in on Wagner there. He chops it foul off of his foot. He'll have to walk that one off, get a little blood circulation back into that foot. Morning game here, so these teams got to get a little bounce in the step. Early first pitch here from Lions Field in Waconia. Full slate of action for you this afternoon and into the evening from Waconia. They'll play over at Hamburg in the Class B tournament and part of the Class C also taking place at Chaska as Pugliano misses high. 2-2 and on the outside corner called strike 3 to Wagner. So Pugliano, after seeing the count go even at 2-2, catches the outside corner for called third strike, and the first out of the game is recorded as on a strikeout for Pugliano. As mentioned, pitches in that NSCI conference, the North NSIC, I should say, for Northern State. Pugliano misses up and in with a curveball there. Kind of tells his catcher, Manicky, that one's on me. I know I got to get that one down. Good pitch right down the heart of the plate there, and Timmer just missed that one, fouling it back and out of play. So even the count up at a ball and a strike. Seventh batter is Colin Dorzinski, the left fielder for New Prague. Jake Deutsch will bat eighth as a line drive base hit for Timmer into left field. So Timmer going the opposite way on that fastball. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just shot it in between that gap between shortstop, third base. And we've got our first base runner of the game in Patty Timmer for the New Prague Orioles. And that'll bring up Bryce Novak. Novak is the starting pitcher for New Prague, so they do not implore a designated hitter in this one. Novak will pitch and bat for himself. And pitches on the outside corner for a strike after a throw over to check on Timmer. Not a pickoff sort of move from Pugliano. Just a courtesy toss. Good lead over there by Timmer. This time he's got a dive back in. Caught leaning just a little bit there. Was not looking to take off on the pitch, it didn't look like, but as he was taking that lead, Pugliano tried to get him. A ground ball into the hole between first base and second base into right field for a base hit. So consecutive opposite field singles by New Prague has something cooking for the Orioles here in the top half of the first inning. They've got runners now at first and second as Grimm came up with that ball out in right field, quickly got it in. No chance for Timmer to try to advance that extra base to third, so he'll pull up at second. But now runners at first and second with one away. They won't hold Novak on at first, so he'll get a good lead out there. Timmer out at second as Pugliano runs one inside on James Furness and just misses, so 1 ball and no strike. So New Prague batters been able to work ahead here early in this one, and that one right at the letters for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to the number 4 hitter in the order for the New Prague Orioles, James Furness. He's got a couple of Orioles on the pond out there. Trying to get something going here. And fists one foul down that right field line. So it looks like the game plan for Pugliano is to work inside to these Oriole batters, but on a couple of pitches he did allow the Oriole batters to get the head of that bat out and shoot the ball the opposite way for a single. They've got 2 runners on. Now a swing and a miss, so strike 3 to Furness. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Pugliano, but sandwiched in between the strikeouts are singles by Timmer and Novak, but a big strikeout on the number 4 hitter, Furness there. Will be the second out of the inning, and Nathan Osborne will step in, try to get the Orioles on the board early here in the top half of the first inning. We're just underway from Lions Field in Waconia, and on the outside corner, called strike there. So it looks like we're going to have a bit of a pitcher's strike zone this afternoon, giving both that inside and the outside corner as our home plate umpire. So good to see. Nothing like strike 1 when you're on the pitching mound. Pugliano reaches back and fires one. So game plan here is working away from Osborne. He had been trying to bust in on first couple of batters here in the top of the first for the Orioles, but the first 2 pitches to Osborne right there on the outside corner. So ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Now he busts one in. Chopper, Pugliano pounces off the mound, comes up with it and fires a strike over to Zulke at first base, and they strand a couple of Oriole base runners here in the top half of the first inning. So after going away to Osborne, they busted him in on the hands. All he's going to do is chop it in front of home plate. Pugliano had to show that athleticism, pounce off the mound, make an accurate throw to get the hustling Osborne down the first base line, and Pugliano did just that. So strand a couple of Orioles here in the top of the first. We are through 1/2 inning of play. It's New Prague 0. Bemidji coming to bat, and we'll be back with that starting lineup for the Blue Ox for you after this quick timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv or home tournament action stuff where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy. High school sports at PrepSpotlight.tv.
I didn't know who was in charge over there. No, the entry. Went for that one.
All right, so back here at Lions Field in Waconia, New Prague was able to get a couple of base runners on, but Pugliano, the starting pitcher for Bemidji, was able to work his way out of that jam, and now it'll be the Blue Ox turn to see if they can't get something going early here against Novak, the starting pitcher for New Prague. So for Bemidji, it will be Mitch Hendricks, the shortstop, leading off, right-handed batter, followed by Connor McNallen, second baseman. Batting third is Cody Rutledge, the center fielder. Novak works from the stretch and misses up high with the first offering. Otto Grimm, the right fielder, bats fourth. Ben Thomas, the designated hitter, bats fifth. Colin Rutledge in left field will bat seventh. Rutledge bats sixth. Caleb Manicky, the catcher, bats second as Novak fires a strike across to Hendricks, even it up at a ball and a strike. Now misses low and away. Basil Zolke plays first base, bats eighth for the Blue Ox, and Hunter Olson, third baseman, will bat ninth. So 2 balls and 1 strike here to the leadoff hitter Hendricks, as his counterpart did. Seeing pitches here, good job in the leadoff spot. Allow the teammates to get a chance to see him. Lifts one high out into center field, drifting back and making an over shoulder. The catch is Osborne out there in center field. So Hendricks hit that one well, but Hendricks was able to work his way back and make the over-the-shoulder catch for the first out of the game. So after seeing 3 pitches and allowing his teammates to have a look at Novak, Mitch Hendricks flies out to center field. And Connor McNallen will step in, the left-handed batter. He plays second base. Chopper off of his foot. He'll dance that one out of the batter's box and reset here. Shake it out. Ball dribbled out into fair territory, but clearly went off the foot of McNallen. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the number 2 hitter. We're just underway here in the Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament. This game taking place in Waconia. There's games going on right now in Hamburg and Chaska as well. And McNallen with another cut that chops back, but foul behind home plate. So Bryce Novak went to Cleveland High School, lives in New Prague now, pitches for the Gusties of Gustavus Adolphus College. Just 20 years old, so the youngster getting the start here in the opening game of the state tournament. And we are in a one-and-done state tournament situation. There's no coming back through the losers bracket here as a ground ball, base hit into right field, past a diving Jake Mader. And just as New Prague Orioles did, the Bemidji Blue Ox get a base hit out of their number 2 spot in the order, and they will have a base runner here. As mentioned, Novak was working out of the stretch even with nobody on base, so obviously very comfortable from that stretch position. Does not use the big windup, so not a major difference in delivery by Novak with the runner on base. And he misses low here to Cody Rutledge, number 3 hitter in the order for Bemidji. And that one misses away as well. So ahead in the count is Rutledge, trying to do exactly what New Prague did in their half of the first inning, get a couple of base runners on here with 1 out. Head in the count, 2-0. Now that one skips in. Nice block there by the catcher, Anthony Mader. Keep that ball in front, but the count does now go to 3 balls and no strikes against the number 3 hitter, Cody Rutledge, for the Bemidji Blue Ox. And catches the knees on that 3-0 offering. 3 balls, 1 strike. Line drive out into right center field. It's drifting and it's caught on the run. Throw back to first is not quite in time to double up McNallen. So Rutledge hit that one well. It was kind of a sinking line drive out into right field. Wagner came in for the Orioles, made a running catch, and made a strong throw back to first as McNallen was about 2/3 of the way to second base. He thought that ball was going to drop for a base hit, but it was caught out there in right field by Wagner, and he had to scamper back into first to keep from getting doubled off. So 2 away. Swing, drive, deep out into center field. Out the bat of Grimm. That is out there, and that one is gone. 2-run home run for Otto Grimm, and the Bemidji Blue Ox are on the board. They strike first with a 2-run homer from Grimm, and they are now quickly in the lead here at 2-0. Otto Grimm wasting no time. He took that first offering from Novak, sent it deep to straightaway center field in between the 370 signs out there in left center and right center, and gave his Bemidji Blue Ox team an early 2-0 lead. Hard ground ball, good play at shortstop there by Deutsch, and he makes the throw over, and also a good play by Furness to stretch out and get that one. So first pitch swinging, Ben Thomas hit it hard on one hop. It came up high, eye level to Deutsch, but he was able to take that high hop, make a good strong throw across the diamond, and get the third out, but not before Bemidji strikes first here in the bottom half of the first inning. A booming home run off the bat of Otto Graham has Bemidji in the lead at 2-0. Fans, the state amateur baseball tournament is now in full swing. The Class B and A tournaments will be played out over the next 3 weeks in Waconia, Chaska, and Hamburg. Get out and support your community, or if you just love the game of baseball and want to watch win or go home games at fantastic venues, there is nothing like tournament time. If you can't make it to the games, prepspotlight.tv/townball has packages that will make watching all the venues very affordable. Enjoy the tournament at the park or on prepspotlight.tv. All right, 2-0 for the Orioles here, or for the Blue Ox, as the Orioles come up in the top half of the second inning. Pugliano worked his way out of a little mini jam in that first inning, had runners at first and second with just 1 out, but was able to get a strikeout of Furness and get Osborne on the little dribbler out in front of home plate. Will now face Spencer Cager. And that pitch misses outside after a strike, so it's 2 balls and 1 strike now to Cager, the number 6 hitter in the order. Swings and fouls it back and out of play. All wood bats here in the state amateur baseball tournament. No aluminum, so get that nice crisp sound of the wood bat versus the ting of the aluminum that you hear in high school or college baseball. So a drive like Grimm's with a wood bat makes it even that much more impressive as Cager swings and misses at a ball on the outside corner. So third strikeout of the game here. So 3 of the first 5 outs, 3 of the first 4 outs by Pugliano have been of the strikeout variety. As mentioned, Pugliano does play his town ball for Dilworth. Drafted to play for Bemidji. Falls behind 0-1, but then catches the outside corner. Even it up, add a ball and a strike to Colin Dorzinski, and he swings and misses at an offering. Pugliano loses his hat. He reached back for something extra on that pitch and got the strike on Dorzinski, so ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes is Pugliano, and check swing. He went too far. Consecutive strikeouts to start this top half of the second inning. So Andrew Pugliano dealing for the Blue Ox. Kind of odd to see the Blue Ox out there in their dark uniforms, and the pitcher Pugliano wearing his home team jersey, the Dilworth Rail Dogs. And he misses away after missing up. So 2 balls and no strikes to Jake Deutsch. Now 3 balls and no strikes. A little interesting here. Pugliano has kind of seemed to change his delivery. Now he goes more to the full windup that he'd been working with and fires it in for a strike. But those first 3 pitches, he really didn't use the full windup motion. He just kind of stepped and throwed and missed with each of the pitches. But now back to his normal rhythm, right back in this count as Deutsch swings and misses at that 3-1 offering, and we go full 3-2, and a swing and a miss. So it's a good morning, good afternoon, and good night inning for the New Prague Orioles in the top half of the second inning. 3 strikeouts, 5 of the 6 outs recorded by Andrew Pugliano have been strikeouts. So he puts another 0 up on the board for the Bemidji Blue Ox. Looks like the Blue Ox made themselves one heck of a draft choice here with Andrew Pugliano, especially early in this one. But full 9-inning game here. Plenty of game left to go for New Prague. They trail Bemidji 2-0 as Bemidji comes up for the bottom half of the second inning, and we'll be back with that action for you after this quick timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
Back here in Waconia, bottom half of the second inning. Out there for his second inning of work is Novak for New Prague. He gave up the big 2-run home run to Otto Grimm in the bottom half of the first inning, and that's where we sit, 2-0 for the Blue Ox as Novak misses low after first pitch missed away, so 2 balls and no strikes to Colin Rutledge. It'll be Rutledge, Manicky, and Zolke scheduled for Bemidji here in the bottom half of this second inning. Kind of a swirling type wind here at Lions Field. You look at one flag and it looks like the wind is blowing out, but then you look at the flag out in right field and it almost looks like it's blowing in from there. And we'll see if it does anything with this ball. Carries it out to right field, but just short of the track. Wagner goes back and makes the catch. So Rutledge turned on that one, hit it hard, got it out to right field, but drifting back was Wagner for New Prague and made the catch. So a couple of good catches early here in this one by the right fielder of the New Prague Orioles. Wagner, curveball across to Caleb Manicky. So ahead in the count here is Novak. No balls and 1 strike. That one misses just inside. So we'll even the count at 1-1. There's a little pop-up that's caught, so second out of the inning is recorded.
First baseman number 31, Basil Zolke.
A little broken bat there, but for Manicky, and a little pop-up that catcher Novak was able to easily handle. Now foul down the left field line, so a quick 1, 2, 3 bottom half of the second inning as Basil Zolke fouls out to the left fielder. So both teams have an efficient second inning. 3 strikeouts in the top half, and then 3 flyouts, one just a short little broken bat pop-up back to the pitcher in the bottom half of the inning. So quickly moving along here to the top half of the third inning, and it'll be back to Waconia after this short timeout.
Town ball tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
So Jake Deutsch will lead things off here for New Prague. He's run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. And check swing there. We'll see if they appeal. They do not. They say he did not go. That pitch misses up to Deutsch.
Top of the order, number 10, Eric Wagner.
So the leadoff runner is on for New Prague here as squaring the bunt is Wagner. Jake Deutsch at first base. Trying to move him up with the bunt there was leadoff batter Wagner. He struck out in his first plate appearance against Pagliano, who works from the stretch. Misses up and away. Even the count now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Soft toss over to first just to check on Deutsch over there. The second inning that New Prague has had a base runner. That one squirts away from Manicky, but he pounces on it. Keep that runner Deutsch right there at first base, but again, now falling behind in the count, so it doesn't appear that Pagliano is quite as comfortable working from the stretch as he is from the windup. Much bigger leg kick for Pagliano that time, so Pagliano really mixes up his deliveries here. More of a slide step early, and then that one a much higher leg kick. So we'll see if Deutsch can maybe get some sort of a read on this 2-2 offering. And that one rides up and in, so we go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. To the leadoff hitter, Eric Wagner, trying to get another base runner on here for the Orioles of New Prague. Runner doesn't go, and called strike 3. Wagner doesn't like the call. He has a little word with the home plate umpire as he threw that bat towards the dugout, was headed for first base, but the home plate umpire said nothing doing. Head to the dugout, pick up your bat. A smile on the face of Wagner, but I think that's more of a wry smile than anything else. He thought that pitch missed low, thought they had 2 base runners coming, but the home plate umpire stood up, made that strike 3 call. And the first out recorded on the strikeout, the 6th of the game already here for Pugliano, who now misses low after missing high on the first offering. And there's a called strike. It's 2 balls and 1 strike now to Patty Timmer. Timmer had base hit into left field in his first plate appearance, but was stranded out there at second. Good cut there on the fastball from Pugliano. So even the count now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. We play top half of the 3rd inning on the back of 2-run home run off the bat of Otto Grimm. The Bemidji Blue Ox have a 2-0 lead in this one. Pugliano asked for a new baseball. He's granted. So the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch will come after he checks over on Deutsch. Lifted foul, it's drifting, and will get out of play down that third baseline. Actually, it did stay in play. The wind really pushed that one back a little bit. Giving chase was the third baseman, Olson. Rutledge from his left field position sauntered over as well, but kind of landed in a dead spot over there. No chance for either the third baseman, Olson, or the left fielder, Colin Rutledge, to make the play. So we stay right here at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball in the hole, into right field for a base hit. Grimm will charge and get it quickly back in, but just as they did in the top half of the 1st inning, the New Prague Orioles have runners at 1st and 2nd with 1 away here. Their leadoff batter, Eric Wagner, has struck out looking twice, but Patty Timmer, in each instance, followed up with a base hit. He was the lead runner in the top half of the 1st inning. Now he'll be the trail runner behind Jake Deutsch. Big swing by Novak, swings through that high fastball. So heading the count is Pugliano at no balls and 1 strike. He works quickly. Setting up away is Manicky, and Pugliano hits the spot, but he had set up well outside, bounced that one in. Manicky went down nicely and blocked that one for Bemidji. Good play. Got to keep those runners there at 1st and 2nd. Keep that double play in order here. Don't want to let those runners move up a base. Now there's another one that misses low and in that Manicky's got to scoop out of the dirt and keep that one in front of him. Keep from going to the backstop. Plenty of room back behind home plate here at Lions Field. So anything that gets by the pitcher will the catcher will certainly allow runners to move up. Now a little jam shot out into left center field that falls for a base hit. So Timmer and Novak once again back-to-back singles like they did in the 1st inning, and now the bases are loaded as Deutsch had to make sure that the shortstop Hendricks was not going to be able to make the play on that one, but now the Orioles have something brewing here, down a couple of runs, but they've got the bases loaded. 1 out, and their number 4 hitter, James Furness, at the plate. Big swing once again. Pugliano loses the hat on that offering as he reached back for something extra there, trying to get ahead in the count, and does just that. He was able to strike out Furness in the first inning with 2 runners on. Now Furness, the number 4 hitter in the lineup for New Prague, bats with bases loaded here. Tying run stands out there at second base here in the top half of the 3rd inning. Strike called on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Furness plays his college ball up in Duluth for the Saints of St. Scholastica, New Prague High School. Most of the players from the Orioles played at New Prague, and pitch misses just off the outside corner. Good take by Furness there. Run the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pugliano misses, blocked by Manicky. So now we run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here, top half of the 3rd inning. New Prague down by a couple of runs, but certainly have an opportunity to do something about that. And a 3-2 offering is fouled right back to the screen. Good cut by Furness there, but just fouled it back to the screen. Corner infielders in for the Blue Ox here. Hendricks and McNallen at double play depth at second and short, and here's a possible double play ball, but he boots it. He is going to throw to first. Can't get out there. Now the runner coming home from third, and he's going to get called out. So Furness hit a ground ball that the second baseman McNallen bobbled. It wasn't all that hard hit, but he bobbled it, tried to rush his throw over to Zolke at first. Zolke couldn't handle the short hop. Deutsch had come in to score, so New Prague is on the board, but as that ball bounced away, Timmer thought he might be able to race home, but a good throw from Zolke to Manicky at home plate, and they were able to cut down the runner trying to score from third in Patty Timmer. So the Orioles run into an out here in the top half of the 3rd inning. They do get a run on the board, but still they could have had bases loaded and just 1 out for the number 5 hitter Nathan Osborne, but Timmer thought he might be able to pull a quick one on the Blue Ox and score on that bobbled ball by the first baseman Zolke, but Zolke heads up, came up, made a good strike throw to Manicky at the plate, who applied the tag, and they recorded the 2nd out of the inning. So now there's 2 away. Osborne is up. He swings and misses at the first offering. Runners are at first and second. Novak and Furness were not able to move up at all on that throw from Zolke to Manicky to get the out at the plate. So that leaves runners at first and second. 2 outs now, and the swing and a miss by Osborne. So coming right after the number 5 hitter Osborne is Pugliano. Gets a swing and a miss on the first 2 offerings, so adding the count here, 2 away. And on the outside corner for called strike 3. Osborne does not like that call either, so 2 of the 3 outs recorded in the top half of the 3rd inning are strikeouts. Both called strikes, and both were calls that neither of the batters agreed with. I guess most of the time when you're called out on a 3rd strike, you're not going to agree with the call, but in this case, both expressed their displeasure in the call, but New Prague does get on the board. They pick up a run on 2 hits. Timmer and Novak, the 2 and 3 hitters, have all 4 of New Prague's hits here in this one. And they cut that lead in half. It's 2-1 now for the Blue Ox as Novak strides out for his third inning of work here for the Orioles. And note that the manager of the Orioles is out speaking with the home plate umpire, so we may have a change here. We'll try to get that for you when we get an opportunity. Let's see if we can set the defense. Normally the umpire will give a signal. He is looking up at the press box. Maybe point out to where the defensive change got made.
Third baseman, number 9, Hunter Olson.
Oh, looks like we have a new pitcher in the game. That's what we had going on. So for New Prague, it'll be number 23, TJ Berglund, who will come in. So 2 innings of work. Berglund gets a little one-hop chopper off the bat of Hunter Olson. He'll take it himself. And a little toss over to first baseman Furness. So Berglund gets the first out on a little chopper back. Looks like the pitcher, the starting pitcher for New Prague, Novak, went out to center field. We'll have to see where that sends Nathan Osborne. TJ Berglund, who pitches for the Cardinals of St. Mary's. There's college ball in the MIAC. Spins a curveball in after falling behind 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-1 now to the leadoff hitter, Mitch Hendricks. Chops one foul behind home plate. So even the count now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hendricks, Bemidji High School. Ground ball to short. Good footwork there, but then up and an errant throw from Deutsch is going to allow Hendricks to reach on the air. So Deutsch showed good footwork there. Got behind that ball, fielded it nicely in front of him, but maybe just rushed it a little bit as Hendricks was hustling down the line. And that throw pulled Furness off the base. He had to reach up to grab it. And that'll bring up the number 2 hitter in the order, McNallen. He takes a pitch low and then a called strike from Berglund. Line drive, base hit into right field. We'll take a look. Hendricks might have a chance to take the extra base, but he pulls up at second base. So now Bemidji got a little something brewing here. In their half of the third inning, 1 away, and they've got runners at first and second. So Connor McNallen 2 for 2 on the day. Boy, the number 2 hole for each of these teams combined 4 for 4. Between Patty Timmer of New Prague and Connor McNallen of Bemidji in this 2 spot in the order for their respective teams. So they get something rolling here for Cody Rutledge, who takes the first pitch from Berglund for a ball. Now a little hanging curveball that Rutledge turns on, but just got out in front of that one and pulled it foul. So Berglund got away with a pitch there. He left that curveball just hanging in the zone, but unfortunately, or fortunately for Berglund, it stayed inside enough where all Rutledge could do was turn on it and drill it high into the air, foul down that left field line. Curveball now misses away. balls and a strike to Cody Rutledge. Runners at first and second for the Blue Ox. The curveball spins outside. So now behind in the count is Berglund at 3 balls and 1 strike. High fastball that Rutledge goes up after and chops it foul behind home plate. Otto Grimm with that big 2-run home run in the bottom half of the first inning looms on deck for the Blue Ox, but full count here. Runners don't go. Curveball swung on and missed. First base is occupied, so the batter is out. But good job by Mater to keep that ball in front of him there. Although I will have to say that had that got past Mater and the runners had moved up, I would think that Otto Grimm may have just been given a free pass, given that he took the first offering in the bottom half of the first inning and drilled it well out of over the center field fence here at Lions Field. And that first offering from Berglund misses just inside, and that one catches the outside corner, so the left-handed batting Grimm. See the count go even at a ball and a strike. Swing and ball back to Berglund. It hits off his thigh, curls out towards second. Smart play by the second baseman Mater to just eat that ball. Throw back behind the runner Hendricks, but he was not ventured off too far off the base, so that's going to be a base hit for Grimm. Hard one-hopper right back at Berglund. It hit off of his left thigh, dribbled out towards Jake Mater at second base. Mater charged, feigned like he was going to make a throw to first base, and then quickly came up and tried to get Hendricks wandering off a third. But Hendricks alertly scampered back to the base, so now bases loaded. 2 outs here. Bottom half of the third inning. And Bemidji has the bases loaded. And the number 5 hitter, Ben Thomas, the designated hitter, he grounded out to the shortstop in his first plate appearance. Swings and fouls one back to the screen. Now that one blocked by by Mater. He hustles over Anthony Mater and keeps that one in front of him. Keep Hendricks right there. Big base runners out on the base paths for Bemidji. They've seen their 2-0 lead cut in half in the top half of this third inning, and now trying to answer back against New Prague here with the bases loaded. High fastball that Thomas just can't get on top of. Fouls it back onto the overhang above our head, which we were very happy to have last night as the deluge of rain just poured down here on Lions Field as we sat out the opening night game hoping to get it in, but unfortunately just too much rain. Now a check swing, and rising up, giving no signal, is the umpire. Now they check with the base umpire, and they say that Thomas did not go on that curveball that was in the dirt. So Ben Thomas is able to hold up just in time. They check with the base umpire, but he says no swing. And now a check swing back to the screen behind home plate. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good battle brewing here between Berglund and the designated hitter for Bemidji, Ben Thomas. Thomas plays for the University of Crookston out of Bagley High School. Curveball swung on and missed. Big strikeout for TJ Berglund there, and they leave the bases loaded in the bottom half of the third inning and keep the score right here at 2-1 for the Bemidji Blue Ox.
Scoreboard here at WCH 2021 is correct. After 3 innings complete.
So we're through 3.
Craig won.
Bemidji leads this one 2-0. Back with the top of the 4th for you after this.
And the WCH
Quick timeout on Prep Spotlight.
All
TV.
Summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone, a home run.
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3. Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
All right, Spencer Cager will start things off against Pugliano, who misses
Twins tip of the cap
outside with the first offering. We play here, top half of the 4th inning. Good one going here from the Class C State Baseball Tournament. They're calling it the WCH 2021, Waconia, Chaska, Hamburg. The 3 host sites for the Class B and C State Tournament. Now called strike in, and then a swing and a miss by Cager. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 7 strikeouts for Pugliano in this one. A little chopper right back to Pugliano from his knees. Gets up and makes the throw over to first base. So Pugliano came off the mound, reached down to get that ball, went down to his knees, and from his knees fired a strike over to Zulke at first base for the first out of the inning. And now once again that straightforward delivery from Pugliano to Jake Mader, who fouls it back and out of play. No balls, 1 strike, and that pitch misses away, so 1-1. And Pugliano really mixes up his deliveries. Once again, loses a hat on that pitch and a little chopper out to second. Easy play there for McNallen. Little sidearm toss over to Zulke. And the second out is recorded, so Cager and Mader, who both struck out in their first plate appearances, both ground out here weekly. The top half of the 4th inning. Changeup from Pugliano, stays up high to Colin Dorzinski. Dorzinski was a strikeout victim, one of the 7 recorded by Pugliano here through the first 3 2/3. As Dorzinski chops that one foul after taking the first pitch out of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pugliano again mixes up that delivery. And he kind of paused halfway through it. Fired one that just missed inside. And a pop up behind home plate, giving chase, hustling, sliding attempt by Manicky, but he can't quite get there in time. Wasn't just quite high enough for him to be able to hustle over there and make that play behind the plate over near the New Prague dugout on the third base side. So the catcher, Manicky, plays for the Beavers of Bemidji State, his college ball. Now once again, raring back for a little something extra is Pugliano, but misses up and out of the zone. So we go full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here. And called strike 3 on the outside corner. That is the 4th strikeout of the looking variety by Pugliano. He's able to get the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in order here in the top half of the 4th inning. So Bemidji will come up with In the bottom half of the fourth, they will have their 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Rutledge, Manicky, and Zulke. As Berglund comes out for his second inning of work. Fans of state amateur baseball tournaments are now in full swing. The Class B and C tournaments will be played out over the next 3 weeks in Waconia, Chaska, and Hamburg. Get out and support your community, or if you just love the game of baseball and want to watch win or go home games at fantastic venues, there is nothing like tournament time. If you can't make it to the games, prepspotlight.tv/townball has packages that will make watching all the venues very affordable. Enjoy the tournament at the park or here on prepspotlight.tv. Colin Rutledge will step in. As we just talked about in that promo, it's win or go home. In this state tournament, 48 teams start out looking to make it to the state championship game on Labor Day Monday at noon right here at Lions Field in Waconia as the first pitch misses away and then a called strike to Rutledge, so even it up 1-1. That one misses in the dirt from Berglund, so 2 balls, 1 strike. The winner of this game will advance in the tournament. They will play Sunday, August 29th at 1:30 p.m. right here in Waconia against the top seed from Region 4, the Milroy Yankees. That pitch misses down low, so a 5-pitch walk to Colin Rutledge gives Bemidji a leadoff base runner here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 47 games played out over the course of 3 weeks before we will crown a state champion. First pitch swinging. Caleb Manicky drills one out into left field for a base hit. So Manicky, the Bemidji State Beaver, drops the barrel of the bat on that one, pulls it hard out into left field for a base hit. So now, once again, Bemidji has something brewing against Berglund. There's a bunt right back to Berglund. He's got 1 play. That's to first, so Zulke does the job with the sacrifice. Bunted it right back to Berglund, but both base runners got an excellent jump on that bunt from Zulke, so really no other play rather than bunt it right directly back at Berglund. Zulke did get that one a little bit over towards that first base line, so that did allow those base runners the opportunity to move up to third base and second base respectively for Rutledge and Manicky. So now 2 runners on in scoring position for the number 9 hitter, Hunter Olson. Takes a curveball down low and then a curveball in there for strike 1. So a ball and a strike. Berglund working quickly with runners on base here. Check swing, that one just misses down low, so 2 balls and 1 strike. Hunter Olson, the number 9 hitter in the order for the Blue Ox of Bemidji. Runners in scoring position here for that number 9 hitter. And check swing, called strike 2, so good pitch for Olson there, but he just could not pull the trigger. Curveball chopped foul, so Berglund doing a good job of mixing up his pitches here. Started Olson off with a couple of breaking balls, then came back with a fastball for a called strike 2, and now spins a curveball in that Olson can just get his bat on and stay alive following back, so good job to spoil that pitcher's pitch. Now he waves at a pitch out of the zone. They fake the throw. Now they do make the throw and caught off of third base and hustling back is Colin Rutledge. So a little bit of cat and mouse going on there between the base runner and the catcher. Now the umpires are going to get together and talk this one over. So The pitch was in the dirt. Olson check swing. He definitely went after it. So Mater got up, faked the throw to first, and Rutledge came down the line, applied the brakes. That allowed Mater the opportunity to make the throw to first. Furness had to do a good job of scooping that one out of the dirt. Then Rutledge came about halfway down the line. You can see where he applied the brakes. It's about exactly halfway down that first third base line. Furness thought about throwing behind Rutledge, but thought better of it, and Rutledge scampered back into the base. But a big strikeout for Berglund and the Orioles there, as there's now 2 away with still 2 base runners on. And here's a little loop route into right center field. That's going to get into the gap. That's going to score 2. Mitch Hendricks with a big 2-out, 2 RBI double for the Blue Ox, and they've now extended their lead to 4-1 over New Prague. So picking up his teammate Hunter Olson is the shortstop. Mitch Hendricks comes up with a big 2-out, 2 RBI double out into right center field. And the Bemidji Blue Ox now have a 4-1 lead over the New Prague Orioles. Finally, one of these 2 teams come up with a big 2-out RBI hit, this case off the bat of Mitch Hendricks for the Bemidji Blue Ox. The shortstop didn't try to do too much with that pitch, just shot it out into the gap in right center field. By the time he checked in at second with a double, it was Rutledge and Manicky who came in to score runs 3 and 4 for Bemidji and extend this lead out to 3 at 4-1. Now here's the line drive out into left center field, and a great running catch. Reaching up and making the catch out in left field was Dorzinski for the Orioles to save another run. It was a well-hit ball off the bat of Connor McNallen, but a great running over-the-shoulder catch by the left fielder. Dorzinski saves a run for New Prague, but not before Bemidji gets a big 2-out, 2 RBI double from Mitch Hendricks, and have now extended their lead out over New Prague through 4. It's 4-1 for Bemidji, and back with the top of the 5th for you after this short timeout on Prep Spotlight. TV.
Tour to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
All right, Andrew Pugliano out there for 5th inning of work. And Jake Deutsch, the shortstop, will lead things off for New Prague, and he takes a called strike from Pugliano. So that's what you like to see out of your pitcher. Spot 2 runs in your half of the inning and come back right out, fire strikes in the top half of the next inning. Misses away with that one. Now a pitch misses up in the zone, so after getting ahead, no balls and 1 strike. Pugliano has missed on consecutive offerings here, and it's 2-1, ground ball, backhanded, bobbled. They're going to have to hurry and not going to get there. So the second baseman, McNallen, bobbled that one. I will confirm it, but I would believe that a second error of the game is going to be put up on the board against Bemidji. Both going to get charged against the second baseman, McNallen. Still have not. Yep, well, they put E6 up there, but I think they just missed their count. It would be E4, as that was the second baseman, McNallen. Now they change it to a hit. Interesting scoring decision there. They say that McNallen hadn't handled that ball properly, that the runner still might have beat the throw. Not going to argue with the official score. Now line drive caught by McNallen. They're going to double up the base runner. So a hard hit ball off the bat of Eric Wagner right at McNallen. He was able to snare it and caught Deutsch a little bit too far off of first base and threw it behind him and doubled him off. So just as quickly as Deutsch was able to reach, he is erased on the double play as a hard line drive off the bat of Wagner, but it was hit right at the second baseman, McNallen. And they double him up, and now time is called at the plate, and Pugliano, not real happy about that one, gives a little USSSA slow pitch delivery to home plate with the baseball, and now spins in a curveball to Timmer. Get ahead 0-1, so this is the area of the lineup where New Prague has been able to do their damage. It's been Timmer and Novak accounting for 4 of the 5 hits on the board for New Prague, as Pugliano misses away with that offering. 2 balls, 1 strike, so the leadoff runner was on base here in the top half of the 5th inning, but he raced on a line drive double play. Now pitch misses up. Pugliano confirming with the umpire that that ball was up in the zone, and now misses way away on this one. Shrugs his shoulders, but a 2-out walk to Timmer. On base for the 3rd time in this one is Patty Timmer. Lakeville North product, plays at Gustavus Adolphus College. And he's on for Bryce Novak, who takes a pitch low, so struggling to find the strike zone a little bit here is Andrew Pugliano. He works from the stretch. Down 3, Timmer likely not really going anywhere. Ground ball in the hole, it's short. They're going to try to throw across the diamond, no chance. So Bryce Novak, 3 for 3 now on the day. Moving up to second on the play is Timmer. So the shortstop Hendricks made a good play. Tried to make that throw across his body. That ball was hit in between shortstop and third base. So Hendricks did a good job to get his glove on it, but just could not get enough on that throw to get Novak hustling down the first base line. And once again, Timmer and Novak are on the base paths again. They were stranded at first and second in the first inning, and then Timmer was thrown out trying to score on that ground ball to McNallen at second base. Thrown out by Zolke to Manicky, who applied the tag. But once again, they're on base. Now that one skips away from Manicky, and that's going to allow Timmer and Novak to move up a base each. So on the wild pitch, the runners will move up a base. Now runners at second, third, 2 away, 1-1 count to James Furness. He's got an opportunity to get New Prague right back into this ballgame, answer the 2 runs put up by Bemidji in the bottom half of the 4th with a couple here of their own in the top of the 5th, and missing outside is Pugliano. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Once again with that mop of a hair, Pugliano loses the hat on that delivery, so he's got to request time to put that hat back on before he toes the rubber. He works from the windup here, and he busts one inside on Furness, who turns on it and grounds it foul down the third base line. So good late movement on that fastball from Pugliano there. It just kept riding in on Furness. He really couldn't get those hands extended. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now spoils one off, fouls it down the right field line. Starting to see a little bit of sunshine coming out here on the Lions field. Boy, it certainly handled that rain well last night. I overheard somebody saying 1.5 inches of rain, but I'm telling you what, I think there was quite a bit more here at the ballpark as it just kept coming down, but the field certainly has handled it well. Another foul back to the screen. Good battle brewing here between the first baseman, James Furness of New Prague, and Andrew Pugliano, the starting pitcher here for Bemidji. They drafted him off the Dilworth Railbirds. He's certainly given them 4 2/3 of good baseball here, but a huge at-bat against Furness here, trying to protect this 3-run lead, and Furness again fouls one off. So Pugliano again reaching back for something extra. That hat came off once again, but Furness just spoiling those pitches off, hoping maybe that Pugliano will make a mistake and leave one out over the heart of the plate here, drive in a couple of runs and close this gap. And he overthrows. It gets past the catch-a-manakee, and that's going to allow Timmer to come in and score on the wild pitch. So Pugliano really trying to overthrow the ball right now to Furness, really trying to blow it past him, and unfortunately for Pugliano and Bemidji, threw that one in the dirt. Manakee couldn't keep it in front of him. Squirted between his legs through the 5-hole, as they might say in hockey, all the way to the backstop. Chopper foul again by Furness as we have 3-ball, 2-strike count now on the play. Bryce Novak moved up to third. So Timmer has the second run of the game for New Prague. Furness trying to pick up another one here. Swings and chops that one foul. So definitely swung at ball 4 there, but Furness kind of in that swing mode right now. Really wants to drive in that run. I think if I'm Pugliano, I would throw something up in the strike zone here. Try to get him to chase high, but he busts it inside, and Furness just chops it foul because you kind of got a batter who's in swing mode right now. So I think if Pugliano went up in the zone here, kind of something around the neck or chin area, I don't know that Furness would be able to catch up to that, but he has done a good job of staying alive. Off-speed pitch is grounded fair over the bag at third. Long throw across the diamond is bobbled over to first base, and that's going to allow Novak to come in and score. So the ground ball to Olsen. He came up with it, kind of made a little bit of a lollipop throw across the diamond. Furness was able to hustle down the line, make a good hard throw, and Zolke was unable to scoop that one out of the dirt. So the error is charged to the third baseman. Second error of the inning. Remember, this inning started, they did credit that first one as a base hit. I thought it was an error, but they credited it as a hit. But in any case, they did have that base runner on it. Now it looks like Osborne, the center fielder, will step in. Furness is at first after a long at-bat, and now Pugliano throws one right at the back of Osborne. So things kind of coming a little bit unhinged for Pugliano and the Bemidji Blue Ox here, and coming in out of center field is Cody Rutledge. He's going to have a conversation with Pugliano. I don't know if he's going to have a conversation. That is an interesting deal. Jack Olschmidt will run at first base for Osborne. Jack Olschmidt will be the runner at first. That's certainly not something you see every day, that the center fielder comes running in from the outfield to have a conversation with the pitcher on the rubber. I thought maybe he was going to take the ball from him and that was going to be it for Pugliano, but nope. They just had a conversation, and back out to his center field position went Cody Rutledge. But after the hit batsman, now runners at First and second, the fifth base runner of the inning for New Prague. Two have come in to score. Foul back to the screen, and now a foul down the right field line for Spencer Cager. Designated hitter for New Prague. New Prague High School product. No college team listed, so not on his summer off from college, and that pitch misses just away. Manicky's got to reach out and snare that one, but the 0-2 offering, trying to get Cager to chase, but nothing doing. Cager has struck out and grounded back to the pitcher, and now that one misses just off the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. New Prague has answered the 2 by Bemidji here with 2 of their own in the top of the 5th. Looking for more, but a swing and a miss by Cager will end the inning and the threat for the New Prague Orioles, but they do come up with a couple of runs on a couple of hits in the inning. A big error charged against Olson allowed that 3rd run to score, so right back where we started here with a 1-run ball game here in the bottom half of the 5th inning coming up for the Bemidji Blue Ox. So they extended the lead out to 3, but New Prague comes right back and answers with a couple of their own. It'll be Rutledge, Grimm, and Thomas when we return to Waconia after this brief timeout.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone, a home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
To the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
All right, back here at Waconia for the bottom half of the 5th inning. New Prague comes up with a couple of big runs in the top half of the 5th. Cut what was a 4-1 deficit down to 4-3, and we've got our 3rd pitcher of the game now coming for the New Prague Orioles. One of their drafted players, Ben Morrison from the Prior Lake Mudcats, will come in. So 2 innings of work each out of Pugliano and Berglund. And they'll turn it over to number 1, wearing the white Mudcats uniform, is Ben Morrison. Morrison pitches for Minnesota State University Mankato. I still will always call it Mankato State, but apparently they like that Minnesota State moniker, so that's what they go with. That's where he's listed to play his college ball. He'll face 3, 4, and 5, Rutledge, Grimm, and Thomas here, and starts off with a strike to Rutledge. Drive out into deep left center field. Going back out there, looking up, and it's high off the wall. One hop coming in towards the infield, and the center fielder, Osborne, will come over. So Dorzinski gave chase, but that ball just missed getting up and out of here. Bounced about halfway up the wall out there in deep left center field, and pulling up into second with a leadoff double is Cody Rutledge. So after getting strike one, Morrison is treated with a ringing double off the left field wall by Cody Rutledge. And now Grimm, who's 2 for 2 on the day, he started the scoring off in this one with a 2-run home run in the bottom half of the first inning. Then he singled in his last at-bat, takes a ball off the outside corner, and now a strike on the inside corner. So good job here by Morrison, moving it around against Grimm. That one runs just away out of the strike zone, so 2 balls, 1 strike. Bemidji trying to respond in kind, as New Prague did to them in the top half of the inning. See if they can't put a number on the board here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. But Grimm, big swing there, loses his balance, has to tiptoe his way across home plate, regain the balance. Now at 2 balls and 2 strikes, he'll step in. Morrison checks the runner and comes in, and it hits Grimm. So he turned away from it and then really just kind of let that ball hit off of him. So with 2 strikes, Grimm was not really too eager or anxious to jump out of the way of that one. He just turned away to make it look like he was giving an effort, but certainly didn't seem disappointed that that ball ricocheted off of his backside. Umpires came up, immediately killed that ball, dead ball, hit batsman, take your base. So now runners at first and second, and Thomas takes a strike. Now a fly ball out into left field. Dorzinski takes a step back, now in a step or 2, and puts that one away. So Thomas flies out to the left fielder. A little bit surprised there in a 1-run ball game with runners at first and second, nobody out. I realize Thomas, the number 5 hitter in the order, designated hitter, but with wood bats, I just thought maybe a bunt might be in order there. Now double play, ground ball to short, second for 1, on to first, and a 6-4-3 double play will get New Prague out of the bottom half of the 5th inning. Taylor made double play. Deutsch, they were shading Rutledge up the middle. Deutsch tossed it over to Jake Mader, and his turn throw to Furness was able to nip Rutledge hustling down the line. But 6-4-3 is the double play, and a 0 is put up on the board by Morrison and the New Prague Orioles, and we will head to the top half of the 6th inning with the Bemidji Blue Ox clinging to a 1-run lead at 4-3. Back for the top of the 6th inning for you after this quick timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
The Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
An excited bunch of Orioles run off the field after they get a big inning double play ball off the bat of Colin Rutledge. Bemidji had runners at first and second with nobody out. 5 and 6 hitters up, but a fly ball to left and the 6-4-3. Pitcher's best friend, inning double play, took care of the bottom half of the 5th inning, and now New Prague will try to get something rolling here against Pugliano in his 6th inning of work, and a called strike to Jake Mader. 7-hitter in the order, struck out and grounded out to McNallen at second base. As we talked about, a full slate of action going on here in the Class C state baseball tournament. We'll play all day today, 4 games here in Waconia, 4 games over in Hamburg as we work our way towards that state championship game on Labor Day Monday. Swinging a foul back to the screen. Now a swing and a miss. Mader confirms that Manicky came up with that ball. Tenth strikeout of the game for Pugliano. Now with that straight step forward delivery, Pugliano misses up and in to Dorzinski. Dorzinski's been a strikeout victim of Pugliano in both of his plate appearances. Struck out swinging in the 2nd, struck out looking to end the 4th. Now trying to get something going here in the 6th, but takes a called strike. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Pugliano works ahead of Colin Dorzinski. It's 7, 8, and 9 hitters here in the top half of the 6th inning in a 1-run game. Now just a stay alive type of a swing from Dorzinski, the left fielder. Remember, Dorzinski made that nice over-the-shoulder running catch to save a run for the Orioles and keep it just a 1-run game, and we're right back there now at a 1-run game, 4-3, and once again, Pugliano looking to reach back and give something extra on that offering. The hat once again goes flying off onto the pitching rubber, and Manicky couldn't even get his glove out in time to come up with that one. So at 2-2, a little chopper that's going to go foul down that first base line. Zolke was there to make the play, but the ball just kept drifting to the foul side of first base. And by the time Zolke got it into that first baseman's trapper's mitt, the ball was on the foul side of the bag. So we'll come back and do it again here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that pitch misses up and in. So we run full. So another good battle going here against the Orioles of New Prague and Andrew Pugliano. Chopper, Olson makes a good running play. This time Zolke is able to dig it out of the dirt. So old Chopper on the 3-2 pitch to Dorzinski. Olson had to charge in, make a good throw on the run, and this time Zolke was able to dig that throw out of the dirt, unlike when he was able to come up with a low throw against Furness in that 2-run top half of the 5th inning. That allowed a run to score and cut what was a 4-2 deficit down to this 1-run lead for Bemidji at 4-3. Now that one bounces in. Manicky tries to do a little Johnny Bench scoop on that one, but it ricochets off of the glove and just goes out in front. So 1 ball and no strike to Jake Deutsch, the shortstop. Deutsch walked and scored the first run of the game for New Prague back in the 3rd. Swings and fouls this one back to the screen. 4 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors charged against Bemidji. 3 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error against New Prague. Fastball up in the zone, swung through by Deutsch, so he had a good cut at that fastball from Pugliano, but just swung through it. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the number 9 hitter in the Orioles lineup. Pagliano busts one inside on Deutsch, but he's able to jump out of the way of that one. Even the count up now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And there's a pitch on the outside corner, called strike 3. So the 11th strikeout of the game for Pagliano is another called 3rd strike, and it's a 1-2-3. Top half of the 6th inning for New Prague. And Bemidji will come up for the bottom half of the 6th inning. They lead this one 4-3. It will be 7, 8, and 9 as well for Bemidji in their half of the 6th, and we'll have that action for you back here from Lions Field in Waconia after this short timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
All right, back here at Lions Field, beautiful park here in Waconia. What a great day to play state amateur baseball tournament. Forecast is for it to be in the low 70s all day. A little bit of cloud cover, so no issue with the sun. Just a great day to play baseball here in the state of Minnesota, and the Class C state tournament is underway here at Hamburg. And they'll play some games over in Chaska as well, as Morrison comes out for his 2nd inning of work. Curveball on a 1-1 offering is flat out into center field. Osborne camps under it. He is there to make the catch. And the first out of the inning is recorded on the fly out to center off the bat of Manicky. Manicky 1 for 2 coming in. He had popped back to the pitcher and then singled and scored in the 4th inning. And the big 2 RBI double off the bat of Mitch Hendricks that gave Bemidji a 4-1 lead at the time, but New Prague has come back with a couple, and we sit here in a 1-run ball game in the bottom half of the 6th inning. A left-handed batter, Basil Zolke, steps in. He takes a pitch up and out of the zone after a pitch missed in, so 2 balls and no strikes from Ben Morrison. Morrison gave up a double to Rutledge, leading off the bottom half of the 5th inning, then hit Graham. But since then, a fly out to left, a big double play ball, and a fly out to center. So 4 straight set down since giving a couple of base runners up early in his 1st inning of work, but now misses away to Zolke. So 5-pitch walk for the number 8 hitter in the order for Bemidji. And Hunter Olson will step in, the number 9 hitter. Grounded back to the pitcher in the 3rd and struck out in the 4th. Strike on the outside corner. So Zolke, the big first baseman, doesn't look like he's much of a threat to steal. Doesn't have a big lead over there at first. Chopper fouled on the 3rd baseline. Timmer gave a great effort to get that ball, but it was well wide of the bag, foul. So no balls and 2 strikes now to Hunter Olson. I thought maybe down a run here that the number 9 hitter in the order might give himself up with a sacrifice bunt, but at no balls and 2 strikes, certainly that seems less likely than early in the count. So Olson will step back in. Morrison comes set. And a little chopper to second. Looks like they're only going to have one play, so Olson does move the runner up, not with a sacrifice bunt, but just with a soft little chopper out towards second base that Jake Mater had to charge. Zulke had to hurdle over that ball to not be hit by it and get called out as being hit by a ball as a base runner, but was able to avoid it. And now we are going to get a pinch runner here for Bemidji. Get a little more speed out there on the base paths. As with 2 away, and Mitch Hendricks, who already has a big 2-out, 2 RBI double in this one, will come up with a runner at second base. So it's going to be Turner Storm who will pinch run. Storm plays his college ball at Concordia Moorhead. So he'll run for Zulke. So certainly any hit to the outfield, they're going to try to get Turner Storm to come across with what would be a very important run for Bemidji here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. They cling to a 1-run lead. And Hendricks, the shortstop, who has flown out to center field and reached on an error, charged to the shortstop Deutsch in the 3rd inning before his big 2-out, 2 RBI double in the 4th. And right now, that's the difference in this ball game. Good curveball by Morrison there. Gets a defensive swing from Hendricks. Evens the count now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom half of the 6th inning here in Waconia, opening game of the State Class C tournament. We got a good one for you here. Ground ball, base hit into left field. Let's see if the pinch runner, Storm, can come around and score. He will, because the ball is bobbled out in left field, and taking advantage of that and moving up a base is Hendricks. So Dorzinski really wanted to come up and make a throw to the plate to try to cut down Turner Storm. Storm churned around third base. He was going to come in to score, and trying to get that throw off, Dorzinski dropped the ball, and that allowed Hendricks to move up a base. So I would think that they're going to charge an error to the left fielder Dorzinski that allows Hendricks to move up. But once again, another big 2-out hit by Dorzinski, and now a base hit to left field off the bat of McNallen. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's not going to be in time, and Hendricks is going to score on the RBI single off the bat of Connor McNallen. First pitch swinging, McNallen drilled that one the opposite field down the left field line. Dorzinski came up with it, made a strong throw home, but it was just out in front of home plate. So Anthony Mater had to step out and short hop that throw, and in doing so was unable to apply any sort of a tag on a hustling Mitch Hendricks, who comes around and scores the 6th run of the game, 2nd of the inning for Bemidji, and they're right back to a 3-run lead at 6-3 here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And Cody Rutledge, 3-hitter, will step in. He loops one out into left field. Dorzinski up with it. His throw to the plate is going to be in time to cut down the runner coming around third. So McNallen, who had moved up to second on the throw, is gunned down on a great throw from Dorzinski to the catcher Mater. Dorzinski threw it on the fly all the way to home plate. Mater was able to catch that one no problem and apply the tag on a sliding Connor McNallen. So they'll cut down a run at the plate, but not before Bemidji comes up with a couple of big runs here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, and they extend that lead right back to 3 runs at 6-3. Andrew Pugliano strides back out for his 7th inning of work. It'll be the top of the order for the Orioles in the top half of the 7th inning, and we'll have that action for you after this quick timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
We're back for the top half of the 7th inning for New Prague, top of the order. Wagner takes ball and then swings and misses at the 1-0 offering from Pugliano. 2 strikeouts and a line out to shortstop for Wagner in this one. Swings and misses at the offering, so Pugliano really had to throw a lot of pitches in this one, but the Blue Ox continue to send Pugliano out. Chew up another inning, hopefully, for the Blue Ox. Your pitching depth certainly gets tested here in this state tournament, but with just one game being played this weekend, you can get as many innings possible out of your starter. It just keeps the rest of that pitching unit fresh as you continue to march through this tournament. Now a pitch misses up and away, so we're full now to Wagner, and a little looper out into right field, slipping, but able to regain his footing and come in and make the catch is Grimm. So the 3-2 offering is flown out into shallow right field. Grimm slipped a little bit. I would imagine that grass is still a little bit wet and slippery from all the rain that we had last night, but Otto Grimm was able to regain his footing, camp underneath that one, and put it away for the first out of the top half of the 7th inning. That'll bring up Patty Timmer for New Prague. Timmer's had a great day at the plate. 2 hits, walked and scored a run in the 5th. Trying to get on base here for the 4th time in the game, get something going, because right behind him, Bryce Novak is 3 for 3 on the day. And Timmer fouls that one back and out of play to the left. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now from Pugliano to the number 2 hitter, Patty Timmer, for the New Prague Orioles. A little bit of a hesitation leg kick from Pugliano there, and just missed off the outside corner. So good discipline by Timmer there to not chase that one just off the outside corner. Even the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Timmer unhappy again with that call. So a number of times today, Pugliano has been able to hit those corners with 2 strikes and get that called strike 3 call. And you just see the shoulders drop for the New Prague Oriole as they have to walk back to the dugout on the called 3rd strike. Now Pugliano with another one of those funky type deliveries, and it rides up and in and hits Novak on the left shoulder. So Novak will be on base for the 4th time in this ball game. Pugliano kind of turned to the dugout and tapped himself on the chest as if to say, that's my fault. He got a little too cute with that delivery and just missed on the inside. Now a more conventional offering, and it's right on the outside corner. 4 strike 1 to James Furness. Furness had that extended at-bat where he just fouled off a number of offerings from Pugliano before finally reaching base on the air against the 3rd baseman Olsen to bring in the 3rd run of the game for New Prague. So he'll try to battle here again against Pugliano, but Pugliano does get ahead. No balls and 1 strike. Ooh, catches Novak leaning slightly, but Novak had not taken much of a lead at that point, so was able to scamper back safely to first base. And now we're set to go again. Pugliano catches the outside corner with that one. Good movement on that pitch from Pugliano. Looked like it started out outside off the plate, but then tailed back in. Caught that outside corner. So now ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. 12 strikeouts on the day. Now for Pugliano, and ahead of Furness here. No balls and 2 strikes as he checks on Novak over at first. And that pitch just misses off the outside corner. Excellent 0-2 pitch from Pugliano there, hoping to get that call, but we got a great vantage point here right behind home plate. You could tell that that one just missed off the outside corner. Good discipline by Furness there. Now another one misses off the outside corner, so run it even here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here. Top half of the 7th inning. Prague has a base runner at first base. Changeup is lifted out into right field. Grimm will get underneath that one and put it away. So another 3 outs and another inning of work from Andrew Pugliano. I think Bemidji is very happy with one of their 3 draft choices that they were able to pick up for this state tournament. And the Milroy Railbird, Andrew Pugliano, has given them 7 strong innings so far, 12 strikeouts. And Bemidji now will come up in the bottom half of the 7th inning. They cling to a 6-3 lead. Fans, the state amateur tournaments are now in full swing. The Class B and C tournaments will be played over the next 3 weeks in Waconia, Chaska, and Hamburg. Get out and support your community. Or if you just love the game of baseball and want to watch win or go home games at fantastic venues, there is nothing like tournament time. If you can't make it to the games, prepspotlight.tv/townball has packages that will make all the venues very affordable. Enjoy the tournament at the park or here on prepspotlight.tv. All right, so Ben Morrison will be back out for his 3rd inning of work. He was able to work his way out of a jam in the 5th as he gave up a leadoff double and then hit a batter. So runners were at first and second, nobody out, but he got a fly out to left and a ground ball double play to get out of that inning. But then in the bottom half of the 7th inning, Bemidji came up with 3 hits, scored 2 runs. New Prague was able to cut down another would-be runner at home plate, but 2 runs had scored, and Bemidji had extended their lead back out to 3 at 6-3, and now Otto Grimm will step in. Good day at the plate for Grimm. He led things off for Bemidji with a booming 2-run homer to center field, singled in the 3rd, and then was hit by a pitch, erased on the double play back in the 5th, and swings and misses at the 0-1 offering, and now at 1-1, swings and misses at a changeup down in the dirt, so well out in front of that one was Grimm. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now. He spins one that misses off the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the right fielder for Bemidji. Otto Grimm trying to get on base for the 4th time here in this one. Swings and misses, so Morrison gets the strikeout of Grimm. And the first out of the bottom half of the 7th inning is recorded. First strikeout for Morrison. The 4th strikeout of the game for Bemidji pitching. TJ Berglund pitched the 3rd and the 4th, struck out 3 batters. And now the first strikeout of the game for Morrison is a swinging 3rd strike against Otto Grimm. And Ben Thomas will step in. He takes a called strike. Curveball spins just off the outside corner. Morrison gives a little shrug of the shoulders there. He thought he nipped the outside corner with that pitch, but home plate umpire said no, it just missed outside. Another one that spins just off the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Ben Thomas, the designated hitter. Thomas 0 for 3 on the day. He grounded out to shortstop, struck out in the 3rd. Now lifts a fly ball out into left field. So for the 2nd consecutive at-bat, and Thomas flies out to Dorzinski in left field, and quickly there's 2 away here in the bottom half of the second inning, and Colin Rutledge will step in. Left-handed batter, number 6 in the order for Bemidji. 0 for 2 on the day. Float out to right, and then he is the one who grounded into that inning double play. Kind of a tailor-made double play ball right over the second base bag in the 5th. Swings and fouls one back and out of play, and then spins away from a fastball from Morrison. 1 ball and 1 strike. That one misses away. Morrison didn't like his landing spot there. Kind of kicked at the mound a little bit. He'll reset. Morrison gets that ball. He likes to work quickly. Right back in, chopper up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit for Rutledge. So 2-out base runner for the Blue Ox for Caleb Manicky. As that chopper just eluded Morrison. Thought Morrison maybe might be able to get his glove on that one a little bit, but just eluded his glove, and then Jake Mater was unable to get it. I don't know if Mater would have had a play on Rutledge as it was, as that ball was not hit all that hard. And it spins a curveball in there against Manicky. Manicky 1 for 3 on the day. Singled and scored a big run back in the 4th inning. Now a fly ball out into left field. Can of corn out there for Dorzinski. Puts that one away, so consecutive flyouts to left, sandwiched around a 2-out single by Rutledge will take care of the Blue Ox here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And it looks like Pugliano is going to stroll out there for another inning of work here for the Blue Ox. Try to chew up another inning for Bemidji. He will face 5, 6, and 7. And we'll have that action for you after this short timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
So Nathan Osborne will step in, just confirming that in amateur baseball you do have the re-entry rule, as Schmidt pinch ran for Osborne back in the 5th, but then Osborne returned to the lineup, and he bats now 2 balls and 1 strike, and it sounds like maybe a broken bat there. Yeah, as Osborne flipped that away, you could hear that bat crack as Pugliano rode that one in on the fists of Osborne, and he chopped it foul as that bat cracked, and he tossed it back towards the dugout, so he'll get a new piece of lumber here at 2 balls and 2 strikes, really trying to get something going for New Prague here. Ground ball to shortstop, to a knee, and up with the throw, making a good stretch over there to make the play at first base, as staying in the ball game after pinch running for Bemidji is Storm. He plays over at first base. A good play by Hendricks at short. He went down to a knee to make sure that he fielded that one, came up to a knee, made a strong throw, and Storm had to really stretch out and reach that glove out while holding that foot on that first base bag. And the base umpire pointed down towards the base saying, yes, Storm kept that foot on the base as he made the catch. And first out of the top half of the 8th inning is recorded here on the 6-3 ground out off the bat of Osborne. And now Cager will step in. Weak ground ball to second. See if McNallen can handle this one. No problem there. That little underhanded toss that McNallen uses. The weak ground ball to second is the second out of the inning. So Pugliano just continues to chew up innings here for the Bemidji Blue Ox. He's got 7 2/3 in the book right now. 2 away here in the top half of the 8th inning. And a strike across to Jake Mader. No balls and 1 strike. Mader 0 for 3, struck out twice. That pitch misses off the outside corner. Count even now at 1 ball, 1 strike. As our next 2 teams are lined up down their respective foul lines waiting to take the field. It'll be the Sobieski Skis and the Wyndham Pirates next. Short little grounder to second base. McNallen is up with it. A little underhanded toss to Storm. And Mader is out 4-3 on the ground out. So 2 strikeouts and 2 ground outs, 4-3 for Mader. And that does it for New Prague quietly in the top half of the 8th inning as Andrew Pugliano just continues to set down the New Prague Orioles. They'll be down to their final 3 outs here after this bottom half of the 8th inning. We're going to have that action for you when we return to Waconia after this short timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
All right, we're back here for the bottom half of the 6th inning. Ben Morrison out here for his 4th inning of work. So New Prague got 2 innings each out of their starting pitcher, Novak, and then TJ Berglund gave them 2 innings, and now they're going to get, looks like, 4 innings of work out of one of their draft choices, Ben Morrison. Plays for Prior Lake during the season, but for this state tournament, he was drafted to give New Prague some innings, but they definitely are looking to put a 0 up on the board for Bemidji here as they will face at least a 3-run deficit in the top half of the 9th inning. And Dorzinski, turn the lineup sheet over. Turner Storm will step in. Storm pinch ran for Zulke. Back in the 6th after Zulke walked. Zulke got to second base on the ground out from Olson, so he was out there with 2 outs in a 4-3 game, but then 3 consecutive base hits to left field. Storm turns on one, drills it deep to left. It is gone! Solo home run out the bat of Turner Storm. And another insurance run goes on the board for the Blue Ox of Bemidji. Turner Storm turned on that pitch. Rode it up and out of here over the bunting. And the left field wall, Dorzinski gave chase, but just ran out of room. And in his first plate appearance in the state tournament, Turner Storm has himself a solo home run, and more importantly, adds an additional run for the Bemidji Blue Ox, and it's a 4-run lead now for Bemidji here in the bottom half of the 8th inning, and it'll bring up Hunter Olson, the third baseman. 2 balls and 1 strike as that offering just missed off the outside corner. Morrison comes back. That one's in the dirt, so 3 balls and a strike. Storm, as mentioned, plays his ball at Concordia Moorhead. A little jam shot popped up. Charging in is Timmer, and he'll glove that one. Running catch from his third base position.
Number 5, Mitch Hendricks.
So Timmer catches that little pop-up for the first out here of the bottom half of the 8th inning, but Bemidji has scored another important run. They now lead it by 4, 7-3, and turn the order over to Mitch Hendricks, who's had himself one heck of a ball game here for the Blue Ox. After flying out to center, he reached on an error in the third, was stranded at third base, but then a big 2-out, 2 RBI double in the fourth, and a big 2-out RBI single in the 6th. He moved up on the throw to the plate and then scored a run as McNallen singled him in from second base. So 2 for 4 runs scored and 3 RBIs for the shortstop Hendricks. Chops one just foul in front of the plate. Mater, hoping that that ball would be called fair, put the tag on Hendricks, but home plate umpire called it foul, and now pitch misses low and away. There's a strike called at the letters. Even the count now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mitch Hendricks bats here. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Bemidji has added 1 on the solo home run off the bat of Turner Storm. Kind of a stay alive swing from Hendricks there. Follows it back to the screen, so spoils that pitch off from Morrison. He'll try to look to get a better one here. Curveball is shot down the right field line. It's drifting and lands fair just inside the line out there in front of the right fielder Wagner. So the 3rd consecutive hit for Mitch Hendricks gives Bemidji another base runner. He'll be at first base here with 1 away in the bottom half of the 8th inning, and Bemidji looking to put another insurance run on the board for Pugliano, who we would assume would come out and try to close this one out. Now that one rides in and ricochets off the thigh of Connor McNallen. So another hit batsman for Bemidji. Gives them runners at first and second here with just 1 away in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Certainly New Prague would love to see those runners stranded. And now a high pop-up in the infield, drifting back, shallow right field. The umpire finally puts up the signal for the infield fly rule. A very late call from that base umpire there. I think he wanted to make sure that the second baseman Mater was going to be able to get in position to make that catch. Once he saw that Mater was underneath it, he put that hand up to signal the infield fly rule was in effect, but Mater made the catch off the bat of Rutledge for the second out here of the bottom half of the 8th inning. And Otto Grimm will step in. Good day at the plate for Grimm. He got things going for Bemidji with that big 2-run home run in the bottom half of the first inning. Bemidji has never trailed in this one, as Grimm follows it back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. New Prague cut the lead to 1 at 2-1. Bemidji extended it back out to 3 at 4-1, and New Prague came back and made it 4-3, but now the last 3 runs of the game belong to Bemidji, and they've got their largest lead of the game at 4 runs here, 7-3, and Otto Grimm trying to add to that one as Morrison's curveball spins in the dirt. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, fastball up in the zone. So Morrison really mixing things up here to Grimm. Went down low on that 0-2 offering and then tried to get Grimm to chase something up and out of the zone at 1-2. So we ride it even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Comes right down the heart of the plate. Grimm with a little bit of a grimace. He knows he might have missed his best pitch of the at-bat right there. Morrison, who had been working up and down, left that one right over the heart of the plate, but Grimm was just able to chop it foul. Back behind home plate, stay alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. See if he can't get another pitch to hit here from Morrison, but it's in the dirt and it bounces away from Mader, and that's going to allow the base runners, Hendricks and McNallen, each to move up 90 feet. So the wild pitch against Morrison there takes the double play out of order and gives Grimm an excellent opportunity to put another insurance run up on the board for the Blue Ox. It's a full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Morrison will work from the windup and misses down low. They were walking off as they thought they had called strike 3 for the 3rd out of the inning there, but the home plate umpire said nope, that ball missed just off the plate. So now bases loaded. 2 away here. New Prague desperately wants to get off the field here and keep this deficit just at 4 runs. I always want to stay within 4 because you always know with 1 swing of the bat you could potentially tie this ball game up with a grand slam home run. You get down by 5 and even a grand slam will not do the trick for you. So they really want to keep this deficit right here at 4. And here's a fly ball out into deep right center field. That's trouble. That's going to get down off the bat of Ben Thomas. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Here comes Grimm, and it's a bases clearing double for Ben Thomas. And the Bemidji Blue Ox have blown this one open here. 4 runs here in the bottom half of the 8th inning, and they now lead this one 10-3 over New Prague. So Thomas got a pitch up in the zone, didn't try to do too much with it, rode it out into right center field. It fell out there between Wagner and Osborne, dropped in off of the warning track, and by the time Wagner was able to throw it back in, standing at second base was Ben Thomas with a bases clearing double. And the lead is now up to 7 runs at 10-3 for Bemidji, and that's going to get us a pitching change here for New Prague. So that'll do it for Morrison. He gives them 3 2/3 innings of work, but gives up 5 runs, make that 6 runs in his 3 2/3 innings of work. And Bemidji now has the lead at 10-3 for New Prague. It'll be Nate Picca, who pitches for the Vesely Warriors during the season, but another draft choice. So Picca will try to get this last out of the bottom half of the 8th inning without any further damage, but major damage has been done by the Bemidji Blue Ox here. And they lead this one 10-3. Fans, there's been some action going on around the state, especially in the Class A. Just got word that the defending champions, the Minnetonka Millers, were knocked out of the state tournament this afternoon in Class A. So we'll have a new Class A state champion. But right now we're working our way towards a state champion in Class C from here in Waconia. Nate Picka finishing his warm-up pitches here. I'm sure New Prague was hoping that Ben Morrison could get them out of here in the bottom half of the 8th inning without any further damage, but Bemidji has come up with 4 big runs and extended what was a 6-3 lead out to 10-3, and still have a runner out at second base. That's the second big 2-out double by a Bemidji Blue Ox player today. It was Mitch Hendricks with a 2-out, 2 RBI double in the 4th that extended the lead back out to 3 for Bemidji, and now maybe the final crushing blow by Ben Thomas with his bases clearing double to extend what was a 7-3 lead out to 10-3. Bring up Colin Rutledge, 8th batter of the inning for Bemidji. Takes a pitch low and then lifts one foul just off in front of the New Prague dugout. Sliding effort made by Timmer, but no chance to get that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Picka rearing back. Picka played his high school ball for New Prague. No college listed for Picka, but does pitch or play for the Vesely Warriors during the regular season. Misses just off the outside corner, so they even the count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Colin Rutledge. Ground ball towards the hole, just underneath the glove of Jake Mater, out into right field, and trotting in with the 5th run of the inning and the 11th of the game is Ben Thomas. So Mater looked like he was going to get there, but the ball just trickled underneath his glove and out into right field, and with 2 away, no problem for Thomas to come around and score. And do look up on the scoreboard, they are going to rule that as an error. So the error on Mater will allow Thomas to score. That's run number 5 of this bottom half of the 8th inning. Now here's a little chopper, a swinging bunt. Throw is wide of the base by the third baseman, Timmer. It's going to go down the right field line. That's going to allow Rutledge to come around and score from first base. Manicky, the 9th batter of the inning, will reach, probably be a base hit. I don't think that Timmer's throw is going to get there in time to get him, but his throw was well wide of the base. No chance for Furness to come up with that one. The ball went all the way down the right field line, and that allowed Rutledge to come around and score and gave Manicky the chance to move all the way to third base. So the wheels have kind of come off here for the New Prague Orioles, as consecutive errors have allowed another couple of base runners to score. Line drive out into center field off the bat of Turner Storm, who got this whole thing going with a solo home run, but the running catch is made by Osborne out there in center field. So mercifully, the bottom half of the 8th inning comes to an end for the New Prague Orioles, but they see the Bemidji Blue Ox put a 6 spot on the board and turn what was a 6-3 lead into a 12-3 lead. And it looks like the pitcher, Pugliano, wanted to go out there and finish this one. He was standing on the rubber, but he was told, we're going to save you, as they put up 6 runs in that inning, so they really don't need Pugliano to finish this one out. They'll turn it over to the bullpen, and it looks like it's going to be number 20 who's going to come in to pitch for Bemidji. That's going to be Brennan Gillis. Gillis played his high school ball in Owen Sound, Otana. Otano and pitches for Wheeling Jesuit University and plays for the Bemidji Blue Ox. So he will come in and try to finish this one out for Bemidji. Brendan Gillis, so 8 strong innings from Andrew Pugliano for the Bemidji Blue Ox. He will strike out 12 Orioles in his 8 innings of work. He's certainly the pitcher of record to get the W for the Bemidji Blue Ox in this one. They'll hope to get his final 3 outs from Brendan Gillis. And move on in this state tournament. As we mentioned, the winner of this one takes on the Milroy Yankees here at Waconia next Sunday, the 29th at 1:30 p.m. as we progress our way to the state championship game right here at Lions Field. Labor Day Monday, September the 6th at noon. So 3 outs to get for Bemidji, and as you would hope, Brendan Gillis comes in and fires strike 1 against Dorzinski, leading things off here, and come back with strike 2. So your team spots you a 9-run lead, you get the ball handed to you, you come in firing strikes. That's exactly what they're getting out of Brendan Gillis here. No balls and 2 strikes to the number 8 hitter. Misses that one up and away, trying to get maybe Dorzinski to chase a little bit there, but Dorzinski, discipline, stays back on that one. Now a curveball just misses there. Good action on that curveball from Gillis. Dorzinski will step back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, swing and a miss on the curveball. So the 13th strikeout of the game for the Bemidji Blue Ox, and 3 of the 13 have been Colin Dorzinski in that number 8 spot. He struck out in the 2nd and the 4th, and now here leading off the bottom half, or the top half of the 9th inning, as the Bemidji Blue Ox try to close out a opening round victory against the New Prague Orioles. Gillis misses low on the first offering to Deutsch. And low and away on the next offering. And it looks like we have a pinch hitter here coming for New Prague. Breaks his bat. This is Aiden Dorzinski. Up with the broken bat. Ground ball is Olson. And fires it across the diamond to Storm. So the second busted bat for the Orioles results in a weak ground ball over to Olson at third. He made a good strong throw to Storm to get the hustling Dorzinski. And that'll bring up Wagner. Leadoff hitter 0 for 4 on the day. Looks at a curveball low from Gillis. So New Prague down to their last out here in the 2021 season. Check swing by Wagner, misses low. They want to check. They do, and the first base umpire says no swing by Wagner. So 2 balls, no strikes. Brendan Gillis on in relief of Andrew Pugliano, who gave Bemidji a great start. Well, one hopper out to second base. Up with it on to first, and that's going to do it for this one. The ground out to second. Brady Rutledge had come in to play second base for McNallen. He handled that grounder no problem. Threw it over to Turner Storm and got the 3rd out of the top half of the 9th inning, and the Bemidji Blue Ox will move on. In this state tournament, they will advance to take on the Milroy Yankees Sunday, August 29th, right here in Waconia. And that'll do it on the season for the New Prague Orioles. Great season for New Prague, advancing into this state tournament out of Region 3. But they will see their season come to a close today at the hands of the Bemidji Blue Ox, who get a big game from their shortstop, Mitch Hendricks. 3 hits, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. They got a 2-run homer in the bottom half of the first inning from Otto Grimm and really never looked back from there. 8 strong innings from Andrew Pugliano. 12 strikeouts from Pugliano, 13 in the game for Bemidji pitching. And they were able to close out a 12-3 victory over the new Prague Orioles here at Lions Field in Waconia. So that'll do it for game number 1. It's in the books here. We have our first team advancing here in Waconia. It's the Bemidji Blue Ox. And they will move on to take on the Milroy Yankees next Sunday here at Lions Field in Waconia. And as we have every game of the Class C state tournament for you here on PrepSpotlight.tv. So make sure that you join us for that one. Next on tap, we've got the Sobieski Skis taking on the Wyndham Pirates after they get the field in condition and lined up for our next game. And if you're joining us for that one, we'll talk to you then. But for now, from game 1 here at Lions Field in Waconia, for Bemidji, it was 12 runs, 15 hits, and 2 errors. For New Prague, 3 runs, 6 hits, and 4 errors. And the Bemidji Blue Ox advance on to the next round of the state tournament. So from Waconia and the Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament, we'll wish you a good afternoon, and we'll talk to you soon as Sobieski and Wyndham will take center stage.
Amateur baseball is one of Minnesota's great sporting traditions. The state tournament brings together hundreds of communities in late summer at great ballparks all around the state. Coverage of every game can be found on PrepSpotlight.tv. PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of today's state tournament game is made possible by the Minnesota Baseball Association, and also with help from the Minnesota Twins. Celebrate Townball with the Twins on September 11th. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball for details. Now let's get to the ballpark.